You know, I have consulted with Congress throughout this process. I am confident that as Commander-in-Chief, I have the authorities to engage in the acts that we are conducting currently. As our strategy develops, we will continue to consult with Congress, and I do think that it will be important for Congress to weigh in, and or that our consultations with Congress continue to develop so that the American people are part of the debate. But I don't want to put the cart before the horse. We don't have a strategy yet.
Yeah, we don't have a strategy yet. Thursday, those words will live in infamy. Welcome to Gimme 5. Nice suit, by the way, President Obama. Here's more.
What I've seen in some of the news reports suggests that folks are getting a little further ahead of where we're at than we currently are. And I think that's not just my assessment, but the assessment of our military as well. We need to make sure that we've got clear plans, that we're developing them. At that point, I will consult with Congress and make sure that their voices are heard. But there's no point in me asking for action on the part of Congress before I know exactly what it is that is going to be required for us to get the job done.
Just pathetic. Can you imagine George Bush standing there with the bullhorn on the ruins of the World Trade Center saying, "I can hear you, but I don't have a strategy yet. We don't know what we're going to do yet. I'll consult with Congress." It's just pathetic. Now, David Cameron, another leader who worked all weekend, who came up with a strategy to protect Great Britain. Watch.
There are two key areas where we now need to strengthen our powers to fill specific gaps in our armoury. These are around preventing suspects from travelling and dealing decisively with those already here who pose a risk.
Gee, would that have been too much for the president to come up with? More.
Mr. Speaker, passports are not an automatic right. The Home Secretary already has the discretion to issue, revoke and refuse passports under the royal prerogative if there is reason to believe that people are planning to take part in terrorist-related activity. But when police suspect a traveller at the border, they're not currently able to apply for the royal prerogative and so only have limited stop and search powers. So we will introduce specific and targeted legislation to fill this gap by providing the police with a temporary power to seize a passport at the border, during which time they'll be able to investigate the individual concerned.
Gee, you think Obama could have come up with that? Well, I don't know what he did on Friday or Saturday or Sunday, but Obama yesterday was trashing Republicans in Wisconsin and talking about the minimum wage. John Kerry, he was windsurfing on Nantucket. They couldn't come up with this stuff that Cameron came up with over the weekend. No, they were too busy doing other things. More.
Now, as well as stopping people going, we must also keep out foreign fighters who would pose a threat to the UK. We do already have important powers to block return. We can deprive dual nationals of their citizenship to stop them returning. We can bar foreign nationals on the basis of the threat they pose. And we legislated in the Immigration Act to allow stronger powers to strip citizenship from naturalised Britons.
Yeah. All right, now he's going to get a little controversial and the people in the parliament aren't going to like him that much, but watch.
Airlines will have to comply with our no-fly list arrangements, give us information on passenger lists, and comply with our security screening requirements. If they do not do this, their flights will not be able to land in Britain.
All right, that wasn't the one they were displeased with, but everything that the Prime Minister of Great Britain just came up with, why couldn't the President of the United States mimic those, or think of them first, or think of anything? One more.
So we will introduce new powers to add to our existing terrorism prevention and investigation measures, including stronger locational constraints on suspects under T-pins, either through enhanced use of exclusion zones or through relocation powers.
All right, so they weren't that happy with some of what he had to say, but he said it, and he has a plan, and he has a strategy for protecting his homeland. Our president is a miserable failure in that regard with respect to ISIS. Miserable and dangerously so. Gimme 5. Thank you.